Hello YouTube and TikTok. Today I'm taking on a massive project of building the Dream SMP out of polymer clay. I'll be starting with a platform of polymer clay, and I'm going to model it after a downloaded one I got from the internet. I'm going to model it and try to build it in parts. I'm going to start with Lamamberg and the community house. Thank you, and please join me on the journey. Yes, hello. Today we are building Lamamberg from Dream SMP out of polymer clay. We are first going to start off getting a post-it note and laying gray clay out, and then shaping it to make a square, because Minecraft's made out of squares. After laying out the post-it note, we are making the craters, mountains, and many other stuff of the landscape. I'm adding a little grass for a darker color for spruce and a lighter color for plains. I'm adding a little sand right there for a little sand that's going to be built for a dock later on. And yes, now I'm adding podzol. I just podzol for some reason. And a lot of lakes, 2 surrounding lakes, which are cut off because I feel like making them. And that's about it. Now we are going into the oven after a couple more details. Now after building it and landscaping it, we are going to put in the oven for 250 for 15 minutes. I put it in here for 17 or 18 just to make sure it's perfect. Okay, I'm back for day 2 of my Go Back Nordiques t-shirt. Now we are building the houses and other many wonders of the Lamamberg that will later be blown up. First, I'm building the dock, which took way longer than you thought it was. I put it on the post-it note, which was my first big mistake. Should have put on the parchment paper that I used, that I put in the oven. But I used parchment paper because I don't think before I do stuff. Now I'm building the first house, which is the one I'm supposed to be looking at, but decided to get cut off. It's not very high detail. It's my first time modeling houses and stuff. I only made characters, which weren't the best. But yes, next we're building the second house, which is the house right next to the first house. I didn't put a lot of the detail into this one too, because once again, my first time modeling and I'm not that great at clay. But I also made the floating platforms off the first dock, and it turned out pretty well, I think. Right now I'm building the other 2 bigger houses, and then I eventually built the crane, which I didn't know there's ever a crane there, but apparently there is. But yes, now that's going in the oven for 250 for 25 minutes. Alright, we are back after the oven. This is still day 2, and right now we are super gluing all the things together, which took way longer than you think it did. It took me around 45 minutes instead of the 25 minutes it's supposed to take me. I got my fingers stuck too many times, and I got to carve out too many things. So what I'm trying to say is my landscaping was not the best. But after a while, it turned out pretty well. I put the stilts in with metal wiring, and yes, it turned out well.